in what can be described as an extraordinary shopping mall, following the features it possesses. Enyimba Mall Outlet, located along Etche Road, Abia State, will indeed change the shopping experience of traders and buyers in Aba. Developed and financed by CheckBest International Limited, Enyimba Shopping Outlet, located along Etche Road, Abia State, has over 10,000 square meters of shopping arcades. Not only that, the Enyimba Mall, which is at its finishing levels, specifically at 70%, is privately owned business and a PPP project with the Abia State government. The Enyimba Mall has features embedded in it which stand out against other shopping malls in Aba. It has features such as solar power standby electricity unit, food court with seating capacity ranging from 20 to 70 seats, independent water supply, private security network, waste disposal, adequate motor park, management office building, conducive environment, adequate convenience, corporate offices, lounge, restaurant, closed circuit CCTV surveillance camera, and free Wi-Fi. Speaking with some selected journalists in Aba on Thursday, Engineer Kelechi Abekan, the project manager, said the shopping mall would have gone live this December, but the hijacking SARS protests in Aba really affected the place. According to
as you can see the project from your last visitation, we are now in our final stages of the project. As you can see, almost all these blocks have been plastered. Now we now do the fittings, and allocation has been taking place. If you go around, you actually see most of the shops are actually being partitioned. Our off-takers are all around inspecting their shops and their procurements, if I may use that language. Basically, we are still very much on target. As most of you know, we had a very serious issue during the NSAS protests. We were actually besieged, most of our structures vandalized and damaged. But thank God, due to effort of our management and our MD, Mr. Checkbest, we were able to get ourselves back on track on a very, very short period of time, considering the amount of damage that was done to the project. So we are still very much on target. Basically, we may not be able to meet our end of year target due to the destruction, but with our new time scope, January before February, painting will start on this. Not by the end of the month, painting will start on most of these projects, on all the structures that you are seeing. As you can also see, fittings in some of them have already started. So we're still very much on target with our project. We're still very much on target with our timeline, considering the lapses we've had. So the project is very much, our off-takers are here, most of them inspecting their shops, and I believe we're still okay to go. We have a total of 430 plus or take, because there have been some minor changes due to the demands of certain that we have up to 400 exactly again, because certain groups make their demand, don't give it a unit shops, give it an open hall. So because of that, but let's say give or take, we have approximately between 400 to 430 shops on a unit basis. So if I now say 60%, you can actually equate the mass, and you know that we have more than 200 on PPP project with the Abia State government. The Abia State government, in their good nature, to facilitated us with the land, so we can actually do this thing. But every funding, is actually taken by CheckBest International Limited, our company. Yes, the Abia State government in this need to forestall and bring in more development, partner with us, provided the land.
Also speaking to the press on Thursday, Mr. Checkbest, the managing director of CheckBest International Limited, said he called a press conference to let the public know how the company managed to bounce back despite challenges it faced during the NSAS protests in Aba. The MD also said he wished to use the medium to reassure the off-takers that what CheckBest is doing was not a fluke, rather it sticks to its previous plans to fly the project. He decried the NSAS protest which affected the mall, which would have been open this December, but said the place might be open by March 2021. Mr. Njoku also said although he do not believe that the NSAS protesters looted the materials at the mall, but the violence which followed the protest caused the company many damages, financially 40 to 50 million.
Before the NSAS protest that we were doing, apart from trying to tell the public of how we've come back, we also did what we did to reassure our off-takers, the general public, what we were doing wasn't a fluke. That is something we decided to do, and we had the finances set. We also wanted to debunk the perception that government had any financial input in what happened. Fortunately, I think you guys have made the MD of AG Bank, who is also partnering with us to also provide mortgage and financial services to whoever is interested in coming here. So, like I said again, this is also an opportunity for you guys to have an on-the-spot assessment or reassessment of the level we've gotten. If it wasn't for what happened, I'm sure that by December, which was our earlier estimated completion period, we would have completed it. But what happened has taken us back at least 60 days technically. So we should be looking at between early March at the worst case scenario, based on the level of work and the Christmas holidays coming. The job, which is why I actually said I want to take you guys around so they could see, is about 70% completed. Most of, if not all of the materials we need to complete it is already on site. It's just that there are certain things you can't fast track. Certain things have to take the normal time, either to blend or for you to add an additional thing. Maybe I could have said we could finish this based on materials and quantity we have outside. This could be done in 24 hours. We're still sticking to our structure, the way it is on the banner. We've not changed it. We'll probably maybe doing it a little bit better. Part of the things we've done is on this bridge. On the design we didn't have this cross. But as construction is dynamic, we decided to see if we put a little bit more aesthetics. So that's why we added it. Again, unfortunately, if it wasn't for the NSAS, we would have had Christmas trees, and lightning at night. We may still try to see if we can do it, say, from the 20th and then about, and put this place lively so that people can come in and at least sit around, have the same opportunity to know, feel, and see what it will look like when we finish it at the end of the day. So we're still maintaining our structure. Our clients, some of them have been coming here based on what we're doing, are still there. We've also gotten new clients, and we've almost done the Abia Road and Green Street. It was also this SAS stuff that made it slow down a bit, but at least the roads are measurable now, unlike what it used to be. So you can actually have thoroughfare. So we've opened up the space and everything is moving. Financial losses came close to about 40-50 million. Emotional losses, you cannot quantify that, and then psychological losses, you cannot quantify. The only thing we're able to quantify is the material loss, which is physical. So we have to bring in our QS to see. So it's about 40-50. First, I can tell them is that what they do, that's not the best way to live your life. Because I personally don't believe it was the protesters. I think these are just hoodlums or robbers who came to loot. So my advice to them is that they should find better things to do. If they'll come and ask for things to do here in terms of day labor or manual labor, yes, it's free. You can always give something to them, and I'm sure they can find things to do. They should just know that that's not the best type of life to live. We have two power options. One is solar. Unfortunately, again, we already had one that was working functional, which we were using in our administrative offices, that was carted away. So we have the national grid itself, which is NEPA, EEDs. Then we also have solar powered energy, which would serve, if I should say, I think the EEDC might probably be an alternate to the solar, because we want to have uninterrupted power supply down here. Then again, as backup, we also have diesel power generators. In case if any of these two fails, we can always rely on them then to make sure you get these numbers to come.
Also speaking with the press, the financier Anya Ogungozi of AG Mortgage Bank PLC said what attracted the bank to fund the project was a concept shared by their customer CheckBest International Limited. He said it is not all about funding projects to make gains, but the bank believes in job creation, noting that they invested about 100 million naira in the Enyimba Mall project. According to him, Enyimba Mall will generate job opportunities when open, hence the need to invest to create jobs.
Had this concept shared with us by a customer CheckBest, and we are the ones funding the construction of the project. AG Mortgage Bank PLC is the main financier of this. Hundreds
of millions. And then what attracted you? Why did you?
Well, we felt that Abia is a good place in terms of commerce, and we had experience in this place sometime in the past in terms of commercial transactions. Another attraction is the level of employment that could be generated from this project. So we are not just funding projects for the sake of profit. We also think that it's important that we help generate employment within the larger economy. That's why ultimately we want to have the off-takers come in, check the place, and then generate employment, generate business, improve the commercial life of people in Abia. This is the first commercial development we are having in Abia, but we're in some other places in the southeast. We have investments of over 5 billion in Abia State. We are also making serious inroads into Abia State, but I just came in from Abia State for this place. We have in Umuahia. We have some level of presence in Umuahia, which we also want to deepen. And I have spoken with my colleagues. Come 2021, we will deepen our presence in the southeast.
Also speaking with the press, Honorable Peter Agbakalo, one of the Enyimba Mall off-takers, said his association bought the food court in the mall because of they believe in development of Southeast. He noted that his association promotes organic food eating and that they have many food courts even outside Abia. He used the opportunity to call on Easterners to bring their investment to home.
The food court there, okay. We bought the food court down there. Set of developing Igbo land. This year, starting from the last 3 years, I started channeling all my investments down east. This is our second food court. There is another one we are doing down Osisioma, where I have a very big farm. The idea is to promote an organic eating, because whatever we do farm-wise is organic based. Are you understanding me? So that's what we are trying to encourage. This year, our organization has invested over 400 million naira in the east. So we are doing this to encourage our people to start coming home. And people who are not rushing to Abia to come and invest today or rushing to this mall, I'm not stupid. To come and buy space here, tomorrow they are going to regret it. Are you understanding me? They are really going to regret it. Setting the standard because we want to take this thing from Abia and nationalize it. Are you understanding me? We have the capacity. We want to take it to the various, we'll start with the eastern states, move to south before looking in Abuja.
Okay.
I have investments there, I have in Lagos, I have outside the country.
Okay.
But I'm bringing all of them home. So I've been at the forefront of Igbos, bringing down the investment. That was why when I shed tears, when I came here and discovered that this place was totally destroyed, I made a post. How can you be encouraging our people to come home and invest, and those who did it, you are going to destroy it? What if this young man that started this project was not really strong-hearted and he decided to abandon it and run back to overseas? Do you know how many thousands of employment this place is going to generate? Are you understanding me? This place is going to be a mini Dubai. I know over 100 of our people sitting on billions who are looking for what to do with it. Understand? It is when you encourage one person, others will follow. Those who build New York, those who build all these major cities, Paris, they are not angels from heaven. They are critical thinkers like me and you. They are human beings. Are you understanding me? So it all starts with an idea. This is a noble idea that needs to be encouraged. So with this, others will be encouraged when they discover that Che Dozie is successful. Che Dozie Nzoko is successful in what he is doing. And outside this, I'm going to do everything possible to encourage the young man. So when others will discover that he is successful, they will follow him home. Look at mini shopping mall rising up in Abia here and there. That's how you build a great city, not really depending on company.